Hello, welcome to Daily News from Martyrdom TV. Scholarly meetings of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Qom, Iran. The House of His Eminence Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Qom continues to hold its scholarly meetings on a daily basis. These meetings are attended by religious scholars, clerics, and seminarians, as well as the general public. In these meetings, the questions revolve Islamic rulings on confiscated properties, paying khums tax for gifts one receives, and etc. Nonviolence Incorporation publishes a statement on World Day for the Prevention of and Healing from Child Sexual Exploitation, Abuse and Violence. On November 18th, coinciding with the World Day for the Prevention of and Healing from Child Sexual Exploitation, Abuse and Violence, Nonviolence Incorporation published a statement that reads as follows. The UN declared November 18th as the World Day for the Prevention of and Healing from Child Sexual Exploitation, Abuse and Violence. This organization called on all relevant parties around the world to take serious practical measures to achieve their goals of guaranteeing the dignity of children and their right to live free from violence and fear, as well as support and care for victims and survivors of abuse crimes so that they can recover and start their lives again. Dealing with and eliminating this phenomenon requires the development of awareness programs and practical plans to support parents, families, and those involved in child care, as well as improving children's skills in dealing with all kinds of violence and harassment. This foundation also calls for international cooperation to combat the exploitation of children and prosecute those behind these crimes. There is also need to provide immediate and continuous support and care for victims of abuse and exploitation until they reach this stage of recovery and the integration into society. As we celebrate this International Day by expressing our commitment to protect our children from anything that disturbs their innocence and purity, we ask everyone to play their part in this regard because the issue of childhood is an important one for all of us. Director of Al-Shaaer TV meets Director of Najaf Center for Strategic Studies. Nasir al-Shamhani, the Director of the Al-Shaaer TV, visited the headquarters of Najaf Center for Strategic Studies to meet with Hussein al-Shabli, the Director of this center. In this meeting, both sides talked about the significance of media and cultural works to propagate the teachings of the Holy AhlulBayt, peace be upon them. Al-Shaaer TV holds meeting in Basra, Iraq. Al-Shaaer TV, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, hosted a meeting to discuss plans to address the issues of the youth and the Iraqi society. Members of Sadiqiyya Center and the Al-Biadar organization were present in this meeting. Baraka Foundation holds educational courses for children in Holy Karbala, Iraq. Baraka Foundation, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Holy Karbala, held series of educational courses for children in this city. These courses address Islamic beliefs and Quran. Sheikh Nasri supervises these courses, which are held on a weekly basis. It is worth noting that Baraka Foundation is headquartered in Baghdad. Managers of Roqayah Religious Center meet Director of Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, Iraq. The Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Basra, south of Iraq, hosted members of Roqayah Religious Center. These visitors met with Sheikh Nazar al-Hassan, the Director of the Grand Jurist's Office, and listened to pieces of advice with respect to honoring the Husseini rituals. Delegates from Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi traveled to Mayson province, Iraq. Some delegates from the Office of Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Najaf, consisting of Sheikh Salah al-Halfi and Sayyid Abdul Azim al-Hassani, traveled to Mayson province of Iraq. In this trip, these members of the Grand Jurist's Office met with Mayson Abdul Karim, the Director of the Endowment Office in this city, and discussed the activities of this center. The members of the Grand Jurist's Office also traveled to the city of Amara in Mayson province, where they met with Sheikh Haider al-Ansari, one of the representatives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. In this meeting, both sides underscored the role of religious leadership in Iraq's current situation. Members of Shia Societies Association host Iraqi pilgrims. The Shia Societies Association welcomed members of Fatima Masuma pilgrimage caravan in the holy city of Qom in Iran. This pilgrimage caravan consists of believers from Nasiriyah city of Iraq who have embarked on this journey on foot. Each year, these pilgrims visit the shrines of Lady Fatima Masuma and Imam Reza, peace be upon them, in Iran. AhlulBayt Center holds weekly ceremonies in Mahajanga city of Madagascar. AhlulBayt Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Mahajanga city of Madagascar, held another session of its weekly ceremonies. This ceremony was attended by groups of believers and pilgrims who honored the memory of the holy AhlulBayt, peace be upon them. Rasul Akram Institute donates aids to orphans in Mazar-e-Sharif city, Afghanistan. Rasul Akram Institute, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in Mazar-e-Sharif city of Afghanistan, donated financial aids to hundreds of orphan families in this city. This charity work was conducted on RABI ThANI 22nd in compliance to the directives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. Servants of AhlulBayt Center mourns martyrdom of Lady Fatima, peace be upon her, in holy Karbala, Iraq. These servants of AhlulBayt Center, affiliated with the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi in the holy city of Karbala, held a ceremony to commemorate Lady Fatima, peace be upon her, on her martyrdom anniversary. This ceremony was hosted at the house of Sheikh Jamal al-Wakil, one of the representatives of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi. This ceremony was also attended by some members of the office of the Grand Ayatollah Shirazi, including Sayyid Mahdi Husseini Shirazi.